Hello there, my name is Alaydriem, and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial with your favorite cardigan-wearing Minecraft character. And today in this episode, I'm here to show you this incredibly simple and easy to build concrete farm for your Minecraft Bedrock 1.19 world. This farm comes with a built-in cube maker, so all you need to do when you are done with this farm is whip out your pickaxe and your favorite efficiency 2 beacon if you have it, and just mine it normally. Like I said, making this is very simple and using it is equally as simple. All you got to do, place concrete powder in this little slot right here, and the machine does the rest of the work for you, and all you've got to do is mine it. How much simpler could it get? And that's really all that there is for this cube maker. It's very simple to collect items from here. The height of these pistons is 7 blocks high, which makes it the perfect reach for you with a pickaxe. All you need to do is grab yourself a pickaxe with efficiency 5 and maybe also a haste 2 beacon if you want to speed things up. And it's very, very quick and very, very easy to mine all of this material out and then drop it into your inventory. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive straight into the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is building our piston wall for our cube maker. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we are going to build this up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're just going to pretty much fill this entire thing in with regular pistons. And this is our cube maker. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward. And now with our cube maker now completed, it's time for us to add in some redstone and some additional piston circuits. So come over here 2 blocks and we're going to make another row of pistons 7 blocks high. Then right down here, we're going to create a detection circuit that will trigger these pistons. So place a redstone torch here and then a comparator facing out. Coming out of this comparator, you're going to place yourself a target block and then a piece of redstone dust, 2 redstone dust right there. And then we're going to build ourselves a glass tower to connect and wire up all of these pistons. So you can just do a very simple alternating pattern as I have shown here. 1 block on top of one another and just kind of connecting like that. Go ahead and wire all of this up with redstone. And just as a quick and simple test, go ahead and grab yourself a redstone torch or a lever and place it here next to this redstone line. Make sure that all of these fire. If they don't fire, just come over here to the back and you can wire all of this up as well. Very, very simple and easy to do. Make sure you get all of these spots. As you can see right there, we got everything. So now we can knock out that temporary redstone torch. So with this out of the way, just give this a quick test. Make sure that if you place a block there that it will push out. Then we're going to repeat the exact same thing we just did over here for this circuit. This is going to push this entire piston wall out. So same thing, redstone torch down below, comparator into a target block. And then on the back of this, we're going to do alternating rows of sandstone. You can use any block that you want, but just use sandstone. It's so abundant in every world, so easy to get, so reliable, isn't really affected by a bunch of weird redstone mechanics. 10/10 recommend. Go ahead and wire all of this up. You're also going to want to place down a glass block here and then place a redstone repeater on each of these to power this line since it is rather long. Go ahead and wire up all of these pistons as well. This redstone wire will cover 2 rows of pistons, so that's why we don't need to wire each piece of piston up individually. Go ahead and take a redstone repeater out of that target block, solid block there. Then we're gonna just do ourselves another alternating layer of glass going up in this pattern. And then we can go ahead and knock that out, hook this all up to a redstone line, and then just go ahead and grab your torch somewhere. And you can just place a block there actually and test that this whole piston wall pushes out. Make sure before you go any further that this piston wall is working 100%, because if you miss any redstone dust, you're going to have a bad time. Another thing you can do, just make sure that if you place in blocks here 1 by 1, you should get, once this reaches out 12 blocks, should have this piston wall extend and all of these blocks should push out. So after you've verified that, you can knock out all these temporary blocks. We have our cube maker done. Now we need to actually build our concrete farm. So I guess if you also wanted a cube maker tutorial, yep, here it is. End of video. All right, now let's get into the concrete farm. So we're gonna come over here to this little tower right here. I'm gonna place a piston facing down 2 blocks above this. Then we're going to come out here to the front side of our farm where the pistons are pushing out to. We're going to place a piece of obsidian right here just as a stop block to make sure that nothing can get pushed past that. We're going to be basically hitting our piston push limit as an additional safeguard, but I like to use obsidian here just to make sure that things don't accidentally get pushed out too far. Once that is in place, we're going to extend out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 blocks. Around here on this 4th block that we have right here, we're going to place down a single slab underneath it and miss out this middle block here. This is going to act as a catch for a water source that we're going to have so that water doesn't flow over and destroy our entire farm. And then back here, we're going to place down a single piston 2 blocks behind where this water source is going to dump into. Next, we're going to line this entire area up, just build this pattern that we have here. So we're basically going to go out 2 blocks. Our water source is going to go in this little cubby here on the left. So we're going to go ahead and grab our water bucket. But before we do that, we're going to actually connect this entire thing up. So first, grab yourself a observer that's going to point into our piston. And then right behind it, we are going to build our standard clock circuit that looks like this X shape. Behind this observer, place a piece of redstone dust. We're going to place a repeater. It's actually going to be facing the other way, but we'll get to that in just a second. Go ahead and place down a torch here and then have this repeater facing into this block. That should start ticking on and off and on and off, and go ahead and pop a lever right there just so it stops. You can go ahead and set that repeater in the back there to 3 ticks, and then we're going to come over here, and then we are going to extend a line of sandstone or really any other block that you want. Come right over here, and then we are going to place a observer reading the state of that piston, and then over here place down another observer so we get a single tick. Redstone dust on top of this piston, and then we're going to knock a repeater down. Should be 2 ticks right there. I'll correct that here in the video in just a second. So now that we have our system set up, go ahead and place your water source right there. That should flow down here and then fill up this, and we can finally knock out all these temporary blocks and then just end cap this piece of water right here. That should stop and be collected right there. And then at this point, we are basically done. Just make sure that all of your timings are correct. You should see your piston lines going on and off. If you have an issue with your world being a little bit different, just tinker with these until you get the right readings. For me, what I needed to do for this particular world is have that back repeater to 4 ticks and that forward one to 2 ticks. And as you can see, we have that nice alternating push, 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 push. I'm going to place another temporary block here just to make it easy. You really don't need this, but sometimes it's nice just having another block that you can stand to. And all you need to do to use this farm is stand right here and place in your concrete powder. This concrete powder will get pushed out until it reaches that piston push limit. That piston push limit created by our obsidian will result in the other piston pushing our powder down till it reaches the very bottom. And then that's how we get it. Now, you can also put a lever right here so you can stand in one place. Very, very simple. Very, very easy. Makes your life a little bit better just to do it that way. Now, once you have a full cube, you are going to want to put in a safety measure of some time. So come out 12 blocks and we're going to make another block detection circuit. So torch, comparator coming out, and then you're just going to build a redstone line that extends out. And then we're going to wire this up to just whatever kind of tower you want to send a stop signal. This is what mine looks like. Do whatever you want. This is just a really simple circuit that sends a pulse, inverts it, and then shuts off that circuit so it doesn't keep moving. But that's going to be it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more content. I always super duper appreciate you guys watching this video. But like I said, that's going to be it for me in this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.